my name is Jazz and welcome to my channel. Okay guys, welcome back to my channel and I'm so happy to have you here. I'm really excited for today's video because I put my 10 top favorite DIYs that I made on Christmas last year, and I just love all these projects and I'm going to be using all of them to decorate my home this year, and I just really want to like put all of these DIYs together in one video for you guys. So relax and take a cup of coffee and enjoy this video. I know that it's a little bit early for Christmas, but hey, you need to start thinking on Christmas and what type of decoration or DIYs that you want to make. So I'm really excited for this video, and I want to let you know guys too that I post a new video on my other channel, Jazomy Home. Yesterday I put a new video and it turned out amazing and budget friendly, so I'm going to be leaving you the link in the description box. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy this Christmas DIYs that I put all together for you guys, and if you do, please give me a big thumbs up. That really helps to support my channel, and make sure that you are subscribed and that you hit the bell to get notified every single time that I upload a new video. And guys, remember to follow me on all my social media pages. The links are going to be in the description box, and let's get started with these Christmas high-end DIYs that I made. Okay guys, to start the first project, I will be using this reindeer pocket folder. It's from Dollar Tree and it seemed just perfect to make a DIY with it. The material is very good and strong, and the background simulates wood and I love it. I'm only going to use the reindeer image on the front side, so the first thing I did was to cut the folder in half and separate it. Then I will be cutting the edges so that they are straight and the size I want, and also that the reindeer is centralized. For the edges, you can use maybe the wood that these canvases bring, but the only canvas that I had at the time was very small for the frame I need, so I use these Walmart stir sticks that are less than $1. I'm going to cut them the size I want to form my frame. Two of the stir sticks are going to measure 8 inches and the other two are going to measure 9 inches long. To give them some color, I'm going to use a red and black paint from the Waverly Chalk Paint brand. I just want to mix them to create a more intense red. So the first time I did it, or the first time I tried, it was too dark. I don't know, I don't like it a lot, so I mixed them again and I got the result I want. So I paint all my stir sticks on the front and back. Once they are dry, this is how they look and I love it. From there, I just have to stick all the stir sticks on the edges with some hot glue and forming the frame. Then, to reinforce the union of each stir sticks, I'm going to heat some popsicle sticks on the back. You can leave it like that, but I really want to put a detail on the reindeer, so I hit a Decor bow that I made on the neck of the reindeer, and then a small Dollar Tree Christmas bell. And guys, this will be the result of my first project and I love it a lot. It is a super budget friendly DIY to do, and it looks with a very high end. I will make a wooden reindeer and I will use this stick from the Dollar Tree plungers. I will cut 2 pieces, one long to be able to form the body and the other one smaller just to form the head of my reindeer. I use my saw machine just because it is easier for me, but you can also do it with a hand saw. The body of the reindeer is 4 inches long and the head is 1.5 inches long. This is optional, but I think it works. You can sand the edges so they look smoother. For the reindeer legs, I'm going to use these Dollar Tree round sticks. They are about like 6 inches long, so I'm going to make a mark which is 3 inches long, and I'm going to cut them. I like to use a dog cutter just because it is easier and cuts faster, so that's what I'm going to use just to cut the sticks. Once you have the 4 reindeer legs cut, you can start to glue them to the large wooden stick that will be the body. And I'm going to use hot glue to stick them. I know it is not the best option, but it's the easiest way because it dries faster. And guys, you must verify that all the 4 legs are the same distance glued, so that way they are going to look good. From there, I will cut another piece of the round sticks that measures about 1.5 inches. And you must glue it at one side of the reindeer's body, so that way you are going to be able to hit the reindeer's head with hot glue. For the antlers, I will be using this bird skeleton from Dollar Tree, and I will use the legs, so I must cut them. And also you must cut all the bones that you have and you don't need. The tails of the reindeers are very small, so I'm going to cut a bone from the parts of the bird's wing and then stick it with hot glue, as well as hitting the reindeer antlers, one on each side of the head. To paint my reindeer, I will use my Waverly wax paint in antique color, and I will give a hand of paint to my entire reindeer, including the tail and the antlers. When it has dried, I decide to give it a more rustic look, so I use my Waverly chalk paint in plaster color, and I'll put a little paint on the brush and I begin painting the reindeer. You can paint this guy in many ways, but I really enjoy doing the distress look in my projects. For the eyes, I only made 2 paint dots in the same color and with the tip of the stick of a brush. For the nose, I use a bits in a small size. I'm going to fit the hole with my putty from Dollar Tree, and then I'm going to stick it with some hot glue. You can paint the nose with maybe some red color or black, but I really like a neutral color, so I painted in plaster color as well. I want my reindeer to have a scarf, so I use my Dollar Tree ribbon from this Christmas season, and I'm going to stick a bell as well, and I'm just going to tie it around the neck of my reindeer just because I think it gives a nice touch. And my loves, this will be the result of my project, a beautiful reindeer with this rustic farmhouse style that I love so much. I will use this box that is in the form of a house, and I bought it in Dollar Tree, and I think that maybe they have like 2 different sizes, and I find it perfect to use, giving them some of my farmhouse style. First, I will use my Waverly chalk paint in hazelnut color. I'm going to give him a coat of paint, and then when it is completely dry, I'm going to give him another coat of paint to cover the house completely. And guys, you should paint the lid of the box with 2 coats of paint as well. From there, I will use my Waverly chalk paint in plaster color and this type of brushes that is super cheap and you can get them at Walmart. I will be creating a distressed look, but this time you can see a very dramatic edge distress. I'm going to put enough paint on the brush and I'm going to paint in vertical lines on the surface. I'm going to give it a lot of brush strokes until the color is quite marked and I am satisfied with the distressed look that I want. Normally, I always do a pretty soft distress look with just a little paint, but this time I really want something dramatic and textured in this little house, and I really love how it looks. I think the colors are perfect for any season, and I'm just in love. It looks very old, and I love it. Once I finish painting the box, I will also going to paint the lid using the same technique. And once everything is dry, you can join each piece. I thought that this house need a window, so I got creative and I found this Lego in my kids' toys and I used my Waverly chalk paint in truffle color and I'm going to give him a coat of paint. Once it dries, I'm going to use my plaster color and I'm going to create a slight distress look so that way it combines a little bit with the rest of the house. When it is dry, I'm going to use hot glue and I'm just going to stick it on one of the walls of the house. Guys, probably in the toy section in Dollar Tree you can find something similar to a window, or you could use toothpicks and form it yourself. To add a nice touch, I will use this ornament that has this beautiful owl. I bought them at Walmart for less than $2 and I'm just going to remove the clip it brings and I'm going to stick it with some hot glue on the front part of the house. Dollar Tree also has many beautiful ornaments, and actually Dollar General have so many beautiful ornaments that you can get just for $1, so choose the one that you like and stick it in your project. I will be using this wooden sign in the form of a Christmas tree that you can get in Dollar Tree, and I will be painting it with my metallic silver color spray paint. I'm going to give it just one coat of my spray paint on both sides and let it dry. I wanted to have a galvanized look, so first I use my Waverly chalk paint in elephant color, and with this brush and just a little bit of paint I'm going to be creating stains all over my tree. From there I use the white color and I'm going to be doing the same process, just creating stains all over my tree to get the galvanized look. If you don't like the galvanized look, it's okay. You can also make a distressed look or anything you like, maybe change the color you prefer. This Christmas tree is just perfect. It is very easy to do and you just need a ruler and a black marker, and you should start making straight and broken lines on the tree and trying to leave the same space of separation between each one until they are all over the tree. From there, I feel like it's necessary to give it a weather look. This is my style and I love it, and I think it gives more dimension to this project. So I use the burnt umber color and with this pink sponges, and I'm going to start painting all the edges of my Christmas tree with this burnt umber color. From there, I really want that the slotted look looks super real. I'm going to also paint each of the lines with the same sponge. Now we will move to the base of this project, and I will be using this box. I'm going to use this round dowel, and I think it is, I don't know, I think it is from Walmart, I'm not sure, but I'm going to put it inside the foam just to create like the gap, and then I put hot glue on it, and I'm going to reinsert the dowel just to make sure it stays strong, and I will be painting it with the same burnt umber color. Once it is dry, I'm going to put hot glue to be able to glue the Christmas tree, and I'm also going to put a piece of this heavy-duty tape just for extra secure. To fill the box and not see the foam, I will use some cotton balls also that you can get from Dollar Tree, and I will create the appearance of snow. At first I put the cotton balls, but then I unroll them just to make the snow effect more realistic, and I think it looks very nice just to put cotton balls as if the snow was coming out of the base, and that's what I did. I used some hot glue so that way it's not going to fall down. Now details, guys, you can also put pine leaves just to fill in empty spaces, and it's going to give it a nice touch. And also I'm going to heat more snow on the bottom, well, you know, cotton balls, but you know what I mean. I'm just going to fill empty spaces and put extra snow in those areas that I think is necessary. And finally, for the top of our Christmas tree, I'm just going to heat more pine leaves and a bow that I made with this beautiful buffalo check ribbon, which I bought it, I think, at Michael's. I hope that you really like it as much as I do. I think it is perfect just to place on a mantle and has a great size, and guys, looks very high quality. I'm going to make a Santa camp that I saw this idea on Pinterest, and I am going to recreate it using Dollar Tree items. So the first thing you need is one of these giant transparent ornaments that Dollar Tree has, and I'm going to remove the lid. I'm going to paint this ornament, and you can choose the color you prefer, but I'm going to use red, and you need a lot of paint, so try to use any cheap paint that you have at home. Basically, you have to put the paint inside the ornament, and you have to move that ornament and make sure that the ball is taking the color inside. I want to paint my ornament this way because that way the ornament is going to look bright on the outside, and we can work with it and not going to damage the ornament. Once this painted, you must let it dry very well. Before putting the lid on the ornament, I decide to paint it to remove the shine and look a little bit more galvanized with some gray and white paint. Once it is dry, you can put the lid on the ornament, and this is how it will look. Now, to recreate the camera, I will be using the eyes that this Halloween cat has, and I only going to need one, so I'm going to take it out. The lid bulbs will also be taken from the cat. I will not going to put them to work, so I just cut one of them because I want to put it as it is supposed to go and not leave that empty space. Then I found this flashlight at home. They sell them at Dollar Tree as well, and I'm going to remove only the lid on the top of the flashlight. Guys, this is just an idea, but remember that you can use many things to form a camera. You can check the Dollar Tree electronics area and be creative. I'm going to paint this hoop in black so it will look more real, and once it is dry, I'm going to hit was like the cat's eye inside of the hoop with some E6000 glue. Then to put it inside the ornament, I have to make a gap, and I will use this soldering iron tool to make the hole. This tool is great and works for many things, and I like it a lot. So in the description box of the video, I'm going to leave you the link of where you can get it. Remember that you must make the gap of the size that is the camera you create. To paste it, I will use my E6000 glue and some hot glue to dry it faster, and then you can put the camera inside. I used my Cricut machine and I wrote the words Santa and Cam. I put a transfer paper on each word, and then you can paste a word on the top and the bottom of the camera. If you don't have a Cricut machine, remember that you can paint these letters or use stickers. And guys, once you're done, this will be the result of the project, and oh my god, I love it. I'm too excited for this project. It turned out amazing, and my kids love it. Every time they see the camera, they start talking, thinking they talk to Santa, and they just start listing all the toys they want for Christmas, and it is very exciting. And I will be using this snowflake wooden sign from Dollar Tree. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the youth cord, and then I need to cover the hole that this sign has with a little bit of this Dollar Tree sparkling, and after it's dried, you need to sand it. To paint it, I will be using my Waverly wax in antique color, and I'm going to give him one coat of paint on the front and the back side. Once it's dry, this is how it will look, and I like it, but I wanted to give it like more dimension, so I will be using my sanding sponge, and I'm going to sand the wood just a little bit, mostly at the edges. Once I finish, this is how it will look, and it is time now to work with the base. For the base, I will be using this ceramic candle holder that Dollar Tree has right now, and I really want that this candle holder match with the snowflake base, so I really want that this look like wood. I get the candle holder in white color. I will be using my Waverly wax in antique color, and I'm going to give it one coat, let it dry, and then give it another coat of this wax. Once it is dry, this is how it will look, and I will glue it with hot glue to the base of the snowflake, but if you want it to stay stronger, you can use E6000 as well. To decorate it, I'm going to put this wreath that I have a few years ago in my house, and also a glass container with a candle. I really like the idea that you can use this tray for the entire winter season, and you can decorate it in different ways. I will use this Christmas Sled sign, and the first thing I will do is to separate all the parts that it has. First, I will be working with the top of the sled, and I will get all the brightness, all the like the glitter it has in the drawing snowflakes, and I'm going to use a sandpaper. From there, I use this scrapbook paper from Dollar Tree, and I will place the slit on the top because I need to have the same shape, so I'm going to be drawing, and then I'm going to be able to cut it. Most of the time I use Mod Podge to paste the scrapbook paper, but I don't know, this time I don't have it, but it's okay. I'm going to be using white glue, and I'm going to put it in the slit, and then I'm just going to glue the paper. From there, I will work with this cardboard sticks that the sled had. I'm just going to paint it, and I'm only going to give him one coat of this burnt umber paint just to make them look darker. From there, I'm just going to stick it where they were before with my glue gun. For this part, I have to remove all the glitter that the letters have with a sandpaper or a sanding sponge. And guys, I want to show you this little vacuum that I have a long time ago. And I love it because it is perfect just to pick up all the dirty and the glitter that you have left over in your work area. And I'm so happy with this tool. It is super small and cleans very well. So in the description box of the video, I'm going to be leaving you the link of where you can get it. It is time to give him some color. So I decide to use my burnt umber color like I do in the cardboard sticks, but then I add some cream color just to make this piece lighter. The truth is that you don't see so much of the difference in color, but I like it. I glue it in the same place where it was before with hot glue, and to decorate it I used this green cypress that I had at home, and I'm going to stick it in the center, as well as these pine cones with hot glue. I have this idea of turn this sled in a Christmas countdown, so I use my Cricut and I made this decal with the numbers from 1 to 25. I put the transfer paper on, and then I'm just going to stick it. If you don't have a Cricut, remember that you can use small stickers for your countdown, and you can get them at Dollar Tree. From there, I use these wire brands that are super small, and I got mine at Home Depot. And with a hammer, I will be placing them on the top of each of the numbers. And guys, you must do it carefully. First, so that you don't hammer a finger, and second, so that you do not go to the sled. Once you're done, this is how it will look, and the truth is that it is much easier to do than it looks. Finally, I'm going to use this small wreath that I have, or you can use maybe a star or whatever you have at home to be able to hang it from the wire brands, and moving it as the days go by for Christmas Day to arrive. I think this is my favorite DIY, and I finally have a countdown at home that looks rustic and comes out super budget friendly. Project, I will be using this butter cookies metal container that I bought at Dollar Tree. These are one of my favorite cookies, and I thought that the packaging was perfect for creating a Christmas ornament. So I just need the container, not the lid, and I will be painting it with my metallic silver spray paint. Once it is dry, this is how it will look, and I want to create a galvanized look to this metal container, so I use paint in dark gray and white. First, I use my Waverly chalk paint in elephant color, and with this brush that you can get at Walmart, I'm going to put just a little paint and create stains on the whole container. From there, I will use the color white and repeat the same steps. A small amount of paint on the brush, and then create stains on my container. I want to create the appearance of a slotted galvanized ornament, so I use a black marker, and with a ruler I made straight and broken lines throughout the container, including the edges. You can also use maybe black paint, but I really think the marker is easier and it's going to look more straight with a roller. From there, I will use burnt umber color paint, and with this sponge, I will create a weather look at the edges of the ornament. I'm going to leave in the description box of the video where you can get this type of sponges that I really love to create these looks. I will also be putting paint on all the lines. This will create more dimension to the slotted look. To help this container is not moving, I'm going to heat a wood block on the back side with some hot glue. Then I will use a napkin ring that you can get at Dollar Tree. The package ring, I think 6, but you're only going to need 1. And I'm going to paint it with the burnt umber color and then let it dry. To paste it, I will use a small amount of E6000 glue and hot glue, and then I'm going to stick it on the top in the center of the ornament. I'm also going to heat a piece of nautical rope inside the napkin ring with hot glue. Just to add a nice touch to this project, I will use this detail that this Dollar Tree bell springs. I'm just going to take it out and stick it on the top where the napkin ring is. It's super easy, super budget friendly. It looks amazing. It's more like a trash to treasure, but that you can get in Dollar Tree. And hey, just eat the cookies and then create something amazing with the container. I will use this big Halloween sign from Dollar Tree. I like it a lot because it is large and perfect to make a sign that matches my decoration for this Christmas. In the front side of my sign, it has a lot of glitter in black color in those letters, so I decided to take them out with my sanding sponge just because I don't want to bother me when I'm going to be painting my sign, so I just decided to sand everything. From there, I will be covering these 2 gaps that my sign had with some putty that Dollar Tree also sells. I will be painting my sign with my Waverly chalk paint in mineral color. This is one of my favorite colors because it is very neutral and combines with everything. I will be giving him 2 paint coats on the front and the back side of my sign to cover everything very well and let it dry. When it is dry, I will be creating 3 lines to my sign just where those designs are at the edges of my sign. First, I will use a pencil and a ruler just to draw lines and to guide me to be able to paint them later. I will use my Waverly chalk paint in elephant color. It's like gray color, and with a fine brush I will be painting these lines. They don't have to look perfect. They can look a bit messy, but it's fine because that way they will look better or more realistic. Also, I'm going to be painting all the edges of my sign and a little inside. Guys, I know that right now it looks a little bit bad. I know that maybe it can have much paint in some areas, but don't worry, because once you're finished, you should let it dry very well, and you will use a sandpaper or a sand sponge, and I will pass it to all my sign. This will remove all the excess paint that you have in the lines you create, and it will look super cute, and it's going to look maybe like it has this shibboleth style. I want to add a nice touch and color to the two corners of my sign, so I decide to use some Decor, stick it with hot glue on the back side, and then give the sign 3 turns. When you have signs like this that are quite a large, it is okay to give this simple details in the corners just to fill in empty spaces, and they are going to look great. Then I decide to create this decal on my Cricut machine that says Farm Fresh Christmas Trees, which is very popular on the signs that I've been seeing in several stores. So I decide to do it, and I'm going to put a transfer paper to this decal, and then I'm going to stick it in the center of my sign. If you don't have a Cricut machine, you can also use maybe Dollar Tree stickers, or Walmart also has many stickers for $1 that you can use, and it will look beautiful too, or do it handwritten or whatever you prefer. To decorate the edges, I found this beautiful white Christmas tree in Dollar Tree. And guys, I'm not a big fan of glitter, but for Christmas I can always make an exception. So I'm going to put some hot glue on the back side of this Christmas tree, and I'm going to stick it to one side very close to the youth cord. And then the other ornament, I'm going to cut it so it looks a little smaller and does not stand out from my sign. I'm going to glue it close to the other Christmas tree or the other ornament, and then I will be doing the same thing with the other side of the sign, just hitting 2 other ornaments with hot glue. Once you're finishing gluing everything, this will be the result. I love how this project turned out. It looks very neutral and with a farmhouse style, and I really love what this Christmas tree looked like, just giving this sign more dimension. I will be doing a rustic snowman, and the first thing you will need are these 3 boxes. They are round, and you're going to need 3 in different sizes. I got mine at Dollar Tree, and the largest box measures about 5 inches and a half. Then the medium box measures about 4 inches and a half, and the smallest box measures about like 4 inches. The first thing I will be doing is painting them in white, and for this I will use my Waverly chalk paint in white color, and you must give it like 2 or 3 layers of paint to cover the designs of the box, or you could use spray paint in white color. It covers faster, but it takes longer to dry. You should paint the boxes on the outside and then the bottom and let it dry very well. I want my snowman look like soldiers, so I'm going to use several colors to create that effect. And first I will use my Waverly chalk paint in hazelnut color, and I will be using this type of sponges to apply the colors, and in the description box of the video I'm going to leave you the link of where you can get them. I'm going to be applying color by creating spots on the top edges and the bottom edges of the boxes. Once you're done, I will be applying the burnt umber color, and I will be doing the same thing. I will be applying on the top first and then up the bottom edges. I'm going to be applying this color over the hazelnut color, but without covering completely, because we want all the colors to be noticed at the end. Then I will be adding the Waverly chalk paint in gray color or elephant color, and I'm going to be doing the same thing. And finally, I'm going to use the black color. I know there are so many colors, but I think we put them all together and create an amazing effect, and it seems as if it were a soldier snowman, and I love it. I'm so excited about this project, guys. You must do the same in all the 3 boxes, and once you're finished, this is how they look. And in the large size box, you can make 3 like spots with this hazelnut color and the burnt umber color as well. For the bottoms, I decide to use these beads, and I'm going to paint them in black color. To glue it, just use hot glue, and I'm going to stick 3 in the big box. And that will be all that the biggest box will carry. Guys, in the medium box, you must heat with hot glue only 2 bottoms, as the same way that we do in the biggest one. Then I need to make arms, so I use 2 branches that I found in the yard of my house and at the same size cord. For the fingers, I'm going to heat another 3 small branches, and I'm going to glue them together with hot glue. Then you just have to stick your hands to the arm part with hot glue and let it dry very well. They look so nice, very rustic, and they come out free, so I'm so excited about the snowman hands. To put them on the snowman, I will use the soldering iron, and I will make 2 holes on each side of the box. This is the medium box, and you need to make the holes of the size that are the branches that you are using. Then I just insert his arms and put hot glue on him to make sure they are tight and don't fall. And that will be all that the medium box is going to have. The smallest box will be the snowman's head, and the first thing I'm going to put is the nose. I want it to look rustic, so I'm going to use a small piece of branch, and then I'm going to paint just with a little bit of orange paint. When dry, place it in the center of the box with hot glue. For the eyes, you can use 2 other beads, and I'm going to paint them black, and I will be sticking them with hot glue on the top of the nose. I wanted to make a hat. This is optional, but I'm going to use these cups that Dollar Tree has in the birthday section, and you're only going to need 1. And then I'm going to use the lid of the smallest box you use for your snowman head, and I'm going to be cutting the edges around. After you have the lid cut and the cup, you will give a coat of spray paint in ultra matte black. Once they dry, this is how they look, and the only thing you need to do is just to put some hot glue and then put the cup on the lid, and you will have your hat ready. If you like to decorate it, you can use this holy bucket detail that these Dollar Tree bells have, and I will glue them to the edge of the snowman hat. To glue it to the snowman on, I'll use hot glue because it is the fastest glue that dries, and I'm going to put enough on the hat on the bottom, and I'm going to place it on the head of the snowman on one side. I want it to be like turned, so you should hold it in that position until it is completely dry. Once you have that ready, it's time to put all the snowmen together. And I will put some hot glue and I'm going to stick them on the top of each other and verifying that all the bottoms and the face of the snowman are centralized. Guys, finally the scarf. And I'm going to be using a piece of this scarf from Dollar Tree and I'm going to be tying it at the bottom of the smallest box. And once you have that part done, this will be the result, and I am totally in love how this project turned out. I'm so excited about this DIY. It is just the perfect size and it comes out very budget friendly, and you can put the scarf of the color that you prefer and match with your Christmas decoration. Okay guys, so that's all for the video, and I really hope that you like all these DIYs that I made. They have a really high-end looking and I just love how all they turn out. And please, if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. That really helps to support my channel. Let me know in the comments. I really want to know which of these projects was your favorite, and make sure that you are subscribed, that you hit the bell, and that you share this video with friends and family. Remember to follow me on all my social media pages, my webpage, and my new YouTube channel because I posted a new video yesterday. So the links are going to be in the description box, and see you on my next video. Bye guys.